Hello, everyone. Uh, Welcome to another Mike and Mike and his J production. So, as you saw in the title, this is my Christmas video, but I have also been completely redoing my layout, and I already made some video footage. But since updating the layout took so long, I decided to go ahead and incorporate uh, the first part of the Christmas video. So I want to do one now at kind of like it's kind of like the first week of December is pretty much over at this point, but I'll probably do another video maybe the week of Christmas. Um, so even though this is kind of the showing of the Christmas layout, if you will, I also want to talk a little bit about some of the updates I did to my layout as well. So let's get started. All right, everyone. Um, so now it's time. I'm about to partake of a project where I am going to commit some serious surgery here on my layout. And as um, I guess, kind of photograph this journey, obviously, I'm not going to do a video because I don't tell how many hours it's going to take me, but it's definitely not going to be quick. But I will kind of just I guess, record kind of my journey along the way as I change my layout here. But just to give you a quick motivation as to why I'm doing it, it's mainly because of this elevated curve here. Um, I just don't like the way it looks, and because of um, some tall passenger cars that I have to do some serious kind of jerry rigging here, because even though I bought these MTH trestle sets, that's about maybe about half an inch taller. Um, it's still hard to get these to work on a curve. They're just meant to work on a straightaway. And then the fact that I have these curved tracks going underneath also adds to the issue. And you can see right here, I don't even have this trestle hooked up to the track. It's just kind of sitting under the track. And the problem is when you do it this way, it causes the track to be uneven, which can cause derailment, especially when you got a long DD35 engine. So when you have engines that long, the track has to be completely level, which is why I got this this other trestle here, and I got this little strip of metal going under here just to hold up the outer curve so that it's level. So it just looks bad, and um, and I just want to try to figure out a way to make it pretty. And I realized that um, because I have so many elevated curves, I have to put um, I have to use wood. Something that I tried to avoid when I first got into this hobby because I didn't want to have to deal with drill and doing woodworks and so forth. But after doing some woodwork to create some custom pieces to my layout, like this piece here is wood, but this piece over here is sitting on a folding table. And I had to add a little wood to make this just 12 inches wider to accommodate the plans I had for my layout. But so I'm more confident now that I can, put together a wood layout. And in hindsight, if I had that confidence when I first started the hobby, I probably would have just done that in the first place and not use folding tables at all, because the height on the folding tables in some places is not quite the same, and that's causing some problems as well. So, but yeah, you can see here, I had to kind of bank this trestle set here just to keep the track level so that when the DD35 comes around, it doesn't derail. And again, it just looks horrible with these, you know, pieces here. This part here isn't even touching the ground. And that's because of this part over here that I'm having to elevate. You can see the foam pieces underneath the trestle to elevate this bridge so my tall passenger cars can go underneath it. So I got an idea about creating basically a 12-inch wide, 6.5, 7-inch off the ground, elevated, I guess, table that would sit on top of this. And I'm going to shift this track over closer to there. I'm going to put that switch up on top now. And that's going to give me a lot more room under the bottom here to put, you know, more scenery and things like that. And having this switch up top is also going to give me some better options as far as maybe putting this curve here underneath, like kind of a tunnel. That elevated piece is kind of going to make it some tunnel, and then this other piece, I can this track here, I can bring that out a little bit more. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to get rid of this bridge, so I will be posting that soon, putting a for sale sign on it, because with the elevation now, I just don't see any place where I could use it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to sell it. But I definitely a reliable bridge. I love the bridge. It looks pretty when it lights up, and I really hate to get rid of it, but I just no longer have a place for it on my layout. So yeah, we're gonna completely redo this layout. So using the SCARM software, and it's hard to see it because the logo is just printed right over the top part of the track, but these little dots you see here is basically kind of the outline of this very long piece here. And that piece is 10 feet 5 inches. And I am going to put some legs on it, and so it'll sit about 7 inches off the table. And that's where the track is going to run. So that 10 feet 5 inch piece will go here, and then these tracks will sit on top of that. And then that bottom track I was telling you about, I'm going to pull that out a little bit more. And then this is the bottom curve. And I love the SCARM software. I just wish I could figure out how to get rid of that logo at the top. But you can see that this piece here underneath the elevation now, it's going to be a lot more separation between these two pieces. So that's going to give me some room to do some stuff. And kind of make this into like kind of a tunnel, and I don't know, maybe put some buildings, some streets here. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with all that space yet, but definitely looking forward to it. So let's go on this journey. All right, so I just finished the hardest one, which is the 10 foot 5 inch elevated piece. And now it's time for the litmus test. Let's make sure it's level, because the DD35 requires level track. Okay, so that's level that way, and let's see if it's level this way. This way is not as important, but nice to know. Yep, still level. So I mean, basically I did this again with no saws, no cutting tools. All of this was cut at Home Depot. The 10-inch legs here. And then this was a 12 feet board that I had cut down to 10 feet 5 inches so it fit in this room. And yeah, it's level. So let's go ahead and put it in place. Okay, so let's start over here first. So this used to actually be an elevated trestle set, and I decided that I wanted to get something a little more stable, so I actually got some wood and basically braced it up and elevated it at the appropriate angle to create a 2% curve. And of course, taking some wallpaper from Amazon, I was able to cover it up to give it more of a rock look here, to kind of go with the kind of boulder rock theme here. And then of course we got the Menards Bridge, which you can see I have repositioned there over the sparkling blue river. And then of course there's another wood piece here that I have wallpapered to look like a solid rock. And then the same thing here, all of this is elevated. And by elevating this, it gave me more room underneath to kind of get some more running track for my train. So it has now a little more traveling distance, if you will. Not exactly sure how many feet it increased by, and haven't calculated that yet, but and just to kind of give you a little look underneath there. And we'll put the camera on the train so you can kind of really see what it's like to travel underneath there. But it has a height of 6.5 inches, which is clearance for the MTH Auto Rack, which is probably just about the tallest freight car you can buy. So if that'll fit under there, pretty much anything I buy will fit under there. Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with this area yet. Maybe put a movie theater here, not quite sure yet. Maybe a forest. Still working on that part. So as you know, a layout is never finished. You just find a good stopping point and videotape. Then of course there's the other Menards dual bridge. And then I was able to kind of repurpose my tunnel. So that was kind of cool. And that's pretty much it. That's what I've been working on for the last almost 3 weeks. So let's check out the layout from the track point of view.
outbound.